A game company is legally threatening me for talking bad about their game.
Well, folks, this video is going to be a little different today because the Dreamcast guy is saying that he's going to be getting sued, or he's threatened to be sued, by this game company for giving a bad review. Let's get into it.
This is a video I never thought I'd have to make, a topic I feel like would never come up, but a game company is legally threatening me for talking bad about their game.
Yeah, and that's completely wrong. That is not right. Just because you gave a bad review or a good review doesn't mean that a company should be coming after you. Now, if you give a good review, they're not going to come after you. But just because you gave a bad review, if it's a bad game, it deserves a bad review. But even if it's not a bad game, let's say it's a good game and you truly feel like it's bad, you still have all the right as on the First Amendment for freedom of speech to sit there and say, no, I do not like this game, it's a bad review. You can do that. That is all within your power. So what this company is doing is just nothing but bullying.
They're trying to silence me, and I have to admit that this is just such a strange circumstance.
Well, of course it is. I completely agree with you. Just make sure, just keep fighting this. Do not sit there and bend the knee like some of the rest of your brethren.
I've reviewed hundreds and hundreds of games. We've talked about...
Even though I do not agree with what this studio is doing, but come on, saying that you review games, that's a stretch from what I've heard.
Thousands of different games on this channel, and I think this is the first time that a company has basically just said, we would rather threaten you.
I don't know if this is the first time someone's ever threatened to sue someone, or a company's threatened to sue someone over a bad review, but you know, we have had in the past with companies getting too big for their britches, sitting there copyright claiming people and threatening to have the stuff taken down. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Nintendo.
Then just make a good game. They're literally trying to get me to take down one of my videos because they feel like it hurts their company.
No, you didn't hurt their company. They hurt themselves. Maybe they should have made a good game for once.
And the CEO himself directly is now threatening me legally.
And I really hope you do fight it and win it, because honestly, I don't see a judge sitting there even accepting this or entertaining this. You are literally using your First Amendment right to voice your opinion about a game that wasn't very good, according to you, I'm assuming, because I haven't watched this review.
I want to show you because currently Google is on my side. Currently YouTube is saying that they're claiming copyright infringement. They're saying it's illegal to badmouth their game.
Yeah, I'm not a lawyer of any kind, but I'm pretty certain that's BS. There's no way that it's illegal to sit there and badmouth a company, especially if they sat there and made a bad game. If that was the case, you would never see a single person ever badmouthing a single person or company ever again if that was true.
Currently, YouTube is saying it's fine. What I'm doing is free speech. It's fair use. I'm allowed to criticize or critique a game.
Well, I hope they sit there and side with you, and I hope they take away that damn copyright claim or copyright. I hope it wasn't a copyright strike, but hopefully they take down that copyright claim.
And I want to show you the emails. I want to show you all the legal evidence and stuff, and I want to show you who's threatening me because I almost feel like...
Good job for you. Please show it to us. Now, if that company didn't like your review, they're definitely not going to like this video.
This is the kind of stuff where I am a believer that companies like IGN, like GameSpot, a lot of the big gaming websites...
I honestly believe IGN does fake reviews. How in the hell did Dragon Age Velgar get that high of a score? Please explain, IGN.
They feel overly safe. They feel like they're afraid to badmouth games that suck. In this case, the game that I'm being legally threatened over is...
Yeah, I don't think that's it, because they've given out game reviews where they were not a very good score. So I think it might have something to do with like under the table type of stuff, if you know what I mean.
Absolute garbage. It's literally the worst PS5 game I've ever played.
And unfortunately, from what I've heard from many people, even I've heard from the Nintendo fanboys, that you don't even really give good reviews. So I don't think your opinion matters too much when it comes to what's a good game and what's not.
Whereas a lot of independent YouTubers, influencers, independent journalists, it does feel like they're the people that are making the cool, daring videos that are actually...
Okay, I know this is off topic, but my guy with the whole hand signals again, it doesn't look natural. It literally feels like you're forcing yourself to do that. So you need to work on somehow getting the hand signal being all natural down. And another thing I'm going to sit there and give you a pro tip on, I would advise you to watch that shirt, because that shirt almost looks as dirty as Harmon Smith's drinking glass.
Willing to ask hard questions that they're willing to be mean about games that I think kind of deserve to be mean about.
Actually, I agree. You know what? F you to those companies. If you don't like us giving bad reviews, guess what? Make a better game.
Let me show you the company that's threatening me, though, and let me show you all the emails and stuff, because this is...
Finally, will you please show us already? We've all been waiting. We're already almost like halfway through your video.
So this is Team Kill Media. They make absolute garbage. And I'm not just saying that to be hyperbolic. I'm not saying that because of my threatening me.
Well, I will take your word on it that it's absolute garbage. But from what I've heard, when it comes to you sitting there claiming that you play games is a far stretch.
Their games are not really games. They're basically clickbait garbage. Their Twitter accounts filled with like AI art and stuff.
Well, that doesn't necessarily really make it a bad game or anything, but what exactly is wrong with it? Can you please say why it's a bad game?
First game is called Quantum Error. Quantum Error, you can see the account now is called Quantum State. It was a game that was sort of a mix of a firefighting simulator and a horror game at once.
Well, I can see why it might be considered a bad game, because looking at that art with the whole picture, that does not scream a firefighter horror type game. That screams like, oh, it looks like a sword. At least I thought it was a sword.
It's pathetic. This game is legitimately the worst PS5 game I've ever played. It's unplayable. The game is just straight up busted. It just doesn't work.
I will take your word on that, but I would appreciate some more things like, why is it broken? Does it crash? Does it glitch? What exactly does it do?
It's what I assumed is an asset flip. In fact, in this video, I talked about asset flips, which is that...
Asset flips, is it the same thing as reusing assets?
There are some companies where instead of actually making a firefighter model, instead of programming stuff, you go to the store. When you use Unreal Engine, you can buy these placeholder props. You can basically buy, a default character model, a default monster. The game looks like it's filled with all those default models that you're supposed to eventually replace.
Okay, but still, I'm still kind of confused. I mean, what is so bad about all that? I'm like, there's many games that sit there and use generic character models, and the game isn't really a bad game necessarily.
It's literally a placeholder game. This is the video they're legally threatening me over. This video right here where I'm showing how bad the game is.
Well, so far in your video, the game doesn't necessarily look really high quality, but I don't know how old this game is. I tried looking for it online. I can't find a single game that says Quantum State, so I don't know if they changed the name. The only one I could find is Quantum Error. Now,
I'll admit that when I made this, I immediately forgot it exists. I made this review. It was terrible. I think I made a couple jokes.
Yeah, I've heard some of your jokes. Your jokes are as good as Zach's from Switch Force.
That's it. It's a 9-minute video. It's whatever. And then I just forgot about it. I got other reviews to do. I didn't even realize it still existed.
And from what I've heard, we all know how you do your reviews. Now, when it comes to this, when it comes to the whole acid flip thing, if it is a AA game, you can sit there and go look at a lot of AA games. A lot of them, they sit there and do that. They do make the more, other characters generic, so they can sit there and get away with it. I don't know if this game was marketed as a AA game, if they were charging $50 for it as a AA game. Now, if they were charging $70 for it as a AAA game, then no, they shouldn't be doing that. I will completely agree with you. But I can't find really any information about Quantum State like he says it is.
Until today, when I woke up...
Which is generally what happens after you sleep.
YouTube copyrights take down notice. The CEO.
Oh, that's not good. I think that's an actual copyright strike, because I believe I got one of those before. Luckily, the copyright strike has expired on my channel now, but unfortunately, I got one from a movie company because I was reviewing their movie, and I didn't even sit there and give it a bad review. I actually gave it a good review, said that the movie was good, but I used a small clip of it in my review, and they did not like that.
Thomas Jones of Team Kill Media, the CEO, is personally saying that I am infringing on his copyright, his legal ownership of the game.
Yeah, no, you're not. You literally bought the game, you were reviewing it, you used footage of the game to show your review. Now, whether I agree with the review is another story, but that's not copyright to my knowledge. But I'm not a lawyer.
I'm infringing on it by insulting it. Now, thankfully, as you can see here by the email itself...
Wait. It literally says that you're infringing on it because you're insulting it. That is a first. There's a first for everything, folks. I've never heard that before.
We believe your content is protected by fair use, fair dealing, or similar exception of copyright protection.
Oh, okay. So they sat there and tried to get it taken down, but YouTube reviewed it and said, no, this is fair use. Got it.
Now, again, my video does not use their audio. It's not like I'm just uploading cutscenes. I literally am doing fair use critique.
Yes, you are, but to my knowledge, if you bought the game and you are playing it and you record yourself playing it, that would be fair use also. Because think of all the live streamers that do that stuff.
That's literally part of fair use. And thankfully, I like the fact that they said, we do not plan to remove your video at this time.
Good job, YouTube.
You control your availability. If you want to private or delete it, you can. There is a chance they may reach out to you personally and request a removal or takedown.
Which it would not surprise me if they do that. And I hope you tell them no. You keep that review up. Please do.
I am annoyed about the fact that it does feel like companies are, in a way, a lot of these companies are afraid of their games failing.
Well, they are, but when they sit there and put out slop, guess what? It doesn't do so well. If they want a game to do good, make a good game. Oh, shocking. That's so hard to do, right?
And I respect that. It makes sense. Games are expensive to make.
Yeah, I don't care if they're expensive to make. If they make a bad game, they deserve to get blasted, plain and simple.
Games are risky art. The industry is very much in flux. But this company, Team Kill Media, this is garbage.
Like I said before, I will take your word on it. I've never even heard of this game before this video.
You guys are a garbage factory.
Yeah, that's right, Dreamcast guy. You tell them. Don't you be afraid.
And if you think this is going to somehow silence me, I do truly believe that the reason they're doing this now, I put that video up just shy of 2 years ago.
Really? It took them that long to finally do something about it? You would have thought they would have done that immediately.
The reason they're trying to take that down now is because they know their next game is about to come out. They know that this...
But why are they only doing it to you? And I'm not trying to downgrade like your success, but there are other YouTube channels that do game reviews that are a lot bigger than yours.
Code Violet is about to release, and they're afraid of anybody talking bad about their previous, well, I want to say a bad word. We're going to say their previous very unfinished product.
No, come on. We want to sit there and hear the bad word. Don't sit there and be a little baby soft about it, Dream Guy.
So I kind of want to say scam, but scam is a bit too far.
Like I said, I will sit there and take your word on it. I have never seen this game, never even heard of this game.
Your games are clickbait garbage.
I don't know if they're really clickbait garbage. You sat there and said in that game, it was called like Quantum State, where you play as like a licensed firefighter. Now, when it comes to the whole Quantum State, I mean, there are many games where the title doesn't exactly say what it's supposed to be here. So I don't really understand how that's supposed to be clickbait.
They're made to have cool trailers and flashy visuals for a product that is literally an asset flip.
Okay, I finally sit there and found it online now. I can't really find any information. I don't even know if the game's still out there, if they took it down. Apparently it's the sequel to Quantum Error. Never played either of those two games, but I can't even find out how much it cost at launch. So again, I'm going to take everything this guy says with a grain of salt, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
And I'm annoyed about the fact that you guys are coming out here and trying to just threaten people legally.
Yes, and that is BS that they're doing that to you, but don't worry, we are standing well behind you as long as that wind isn't going downwind from behind you, because it looks like you haven't bathed in a few days.
I find it fascinating that they thought this would turn out good, that if you just sit down a bunch of copyright notices that would turn out for the best. I mean,
it's not unusual. That happens all the time. Companies have been doing this. Look at Nintendo. They were doing that back in the Wii U days, if I remember correctly.
Do you really think this is magically going to make more people play your garbage game? Do you think this is somehow going to get...
No, it's not going to make them play this game, but I can't even find it on Google right now. I'm literally trying to look it up. The only thing I can find is that it says it's a sequel to Quantum Error. I have found copies where you can buy Quantum Error, but I can't even find a copy that you can buy this game.
More positive headlines? Screw you. I mean, legitimately, I'll be honest.
There you go, Dreamcast guy. Puff that chest out and be a man.
I was going to buy Code Violet, 100%. That's why I'm still following this account.
Well, you still should. I just looked it up online. I mean, from what I've seen and from what I've read on the website, it actually doesn't look like it might be that bad of a game. But hey, I will let the famous game reviewer like you do it for us.
I was going to buy it with an open mind, and if it sucked, I was going to do another negative video like I did for Quantum Error, but...
I seriously doubt that. I don't think you had an open mind about this game, let's be honest.
Why isn't your game just good? Why is it that your games are such cheap garbage?
Well, it's probably because they just don't know how to make a good game.
Maybe it's because you know they're cheap garbage. Maybe it's that you're actually afraid of people talking.
There you go. Now he's sitting there showing that he's a man. I'm liking this part of him.
About your cheap garbage. Team Kill Media, screw you. Screw you legitimately.
Yeah, that's right. You sit there and storm up to them and you say screw you and you give them a piece of your mind.
Don't send me any more takedown notices. Don't mess with me. I'm not going to talk about you because at this point...
No, you need to give this review. Come on, man. Don't be like that. Don't back down. Don't bend the knee like your brethren do.
You guys don't deserve even word of mouth. Nobody buy this crap. Nobody freaking even acknowledge this. These people suck. They're absolute losers that are just hurting the media.
I agree, but don't you back down. Don't bend the knee. You better sit there and review this game now.
Get the hell out of here. Go back to, I don't know, ripping people off some other fashion.
Well, for the most part, I actually do sit there and support you. I just wish that your brethren would sit there and stand up and be a man also. Sit there and go tell Nintendo, stop ripping us off. Everyone knows who I'm saying your brethren are. Well, that's it for my reaction. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with me or not. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay vigilant.